can shut your mouth. I need to see you.
What are you watching? What have you gone to now? So we've gone from glockenspiels to somebody
came
in a
up
nature
next.
reserve.
She's just
Oh, fucking sure, love.
interviewing animals.
Are you for real?
Thank you.
What the?
Sydney, what's the best way to start a conversation?
So we're now watching a cockatoo eat a microphone.
Oh.
This is a weird Friday night, Lou.
Oh yeah, come over to Lex's house, right? We're just gonna chill.
We're going to have a lads' night,
We're gonna have
right?
a real
We're gonna
lads'
get a proper
night.
lad- We'll get some cigars, bit of whiskey, bit of rum, and then we're going to watch
Tiny interview.
a cockatoo eat a microphone, a tiny little tortoise called Godzilla, and Louis, look how happy he is. Look, genuinely.
I am Speed.
Is that a tortoise with sunglasses
I
on?
think they were superimposed. I'm hoping they were superimposed,
I'm
but
hoping
also
they're
quite
not.
hoping they're not.
She also, when she started talking to him, his name was Godzilla.
Amazing. Well, welcome to episode 37.
What a start.
What a start. You're going to have to keep an eye on that timer there, mate, because my phone did its usual nonsense. I'm sick of technology tonight.
Disconnected. Ugh. We've had an interesting one, haven't we?
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, hello, you can see what we've jerry-rigged here with our Rode microphone things again, because we have another guest in, because that's what we do now.
Yeah.
Kidnap people away from their families for an evening.
Yep. Get him in. Smuggled in.
Smuggled in. There are questions up this week as well.
Yep.
Which is always fun. So you'll get to experience the CREWCast questionnaires. Come up with some very weird scenarios, like what would you rather's. There's many. It's always good what would you rather's. Yeah,
They're always good.
but they're hard. They make you think.
do.
But in the worst ways, like who was it? Lee came up with the worst.
Oh,
if
God.
you could mix two animals together,
Yeah.
like to be something you would ride and fight on. And so Lou came up. What did you come up with?
I fucking can't remember it now.
I
It was
came
like
up. You was something stupid because I remember. I think you had a snake.
No, hold on.
No, that was a question. What
You're
would you
thinking.
rather?
You're thinking of a different one. Where
I went for something like a bear with, I don't know, it was something like an anaconda's head or something weird.
I think you had didn't you have like a scorpion's tail?
I had a scorpion's tail, that's right. Scorpion tail. It had then a bear's body, because bear claws, scorpion tail, and then the head of the dragon things, what they're called. Komodo dragon head. Yeah. Yes, because that's got a poisonous bite.
Yeah. I
And
think
then you
mine
came up
was
with
like
something...
a rhino head gorilla.
Gorilla body.
Gorilla
You had a gorilla
body.
body
Yeah.
and a rhino head, and then that was... Oh, you had some different hands.
Yeah.
You gave it bear paws, I think, but on a gorilla body.
No, it was lion paws.
Lion paws on a gorilla body with a rhino head, which was like, meh, I kill yours. Lee, who was with us...
Wow.
A whale.
Okay.
A whale on elephant legs.
What?
This is shittest animal.
Like
And you're
the slowest
you're
moving
at
fucking-
3 miles a year.
Oh shit! It's gonna get me. I'll just
You're moving
move
at
to
3
the
miles.
side.
And once you do move, you're dead because you're a whale out of water. And he was like, all right, I'll have put a rhino head on it. So you've got a whale's body, elephant legs, and this tiny little rhino's head. So you're the shittest animal ever.
My question was: is everything in proportion, or is everything the size
No.
of the original animal?
Originals.
Oh,
we
hilarious.
Think.
Amazing.
We think so. We
Yeah.
think. But it made no sense to shrink a whale body down.
I don't know. Now I'm just thinking of a bear with a Komodo dragon-sized head.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
And the scorpion.
I can't
And
shrink.
the scorpion.
Scorpion tail.
Literally.
Oh,
You wouldn't see it coming,
Come
though,
here.
would you? Well, yours would. No. You've got a gorilla rhino head.
Yeah, mine would
yours
kind of
yours would
work.
be
Yours would just
top
tilt
heavy.
forward. Yours would just be grounded, nose first, everywhere it went.
I think it'd
Yours would be a lion's paws, massive gorilla arms, pushing this rhino face along the dirt
Just
with
a
2
trough.
little gorilla legs up in the air, just kicking.
I'm pretty sure a gorilla's upper back will be able to... He'd have to look up all the time. Just keeping his weight up.
You would just be constantly. You'd be useless in a fight though. You'd be like, yeah, smash.
Yeah.
I can see you. I can see you.
Yeah.
I can see
No,
you.
but you wouldn't be able to be like, what's happening? What's happening?
Is there a fight? if they're a fight.
Take
Okay.
8 steps forward and drop. Kaboom.
Well, we do have to quick fire them, so I think in hindsight, maybe they
Okay.
weren't the best
Ours
answers.
were way better than Lee's whale
Yeah,
on
Lee's was
elephant
pretty
legs.
bad.
What he was taking an aquatic animal and putting it on land. It's just the worst.
It's always a
start.
bad start.
It's the worst
It's
start.
always
Like
a bad
really
start.
slow shit legs.
Just on the shitty, didn't even put it on like 1,000 ostrich legs or something,
4 heavy
4,
elephant legs.
yeah, only 4 legs as well. I was like, 1, your belly's dragging.
Yeah, just in each like corner.
Where are you putting them?
He's
In
basically
the far
he's
corners
basically gone,
or in the middle?
here's my war beast, and it's this beach thing slowly dying on the edge of some water.
A tiny rhino head just going
With this,
The only attack move is roll. There's no forward motion. It's very sideways.
It's got one move, one time, roll
Fall
left or right.
very slowly to one side.
Oh Christ!
Should we introduce our guest?
Yeah, we might get to that
me as
point.
well. It's not Lee.
No.
It's not Lee. No. You
Well,
want to
everyone here would know you as Cigar Man.
cigar man.
I've been called worse.
Man of cigars.
Even just today.
Yeah.
Gary Glockenspiel.
Yeah. We'll probably get on to Gary Glockenspiel in a bit. But yeah, so are you going to introduce yourself,
So
Anthony?
yeah, my name is Anthony Russo. I am the brand ambassador for Davidoff Cigars in the UK. My official title is brand activation manager. I don't know what that means, and I'm sure it makes sense to.
Are you a
someone.
janitor?
Brand
Brand activate.
refuse overseer. I think it is. So yeah, Davidoff Cigars are one of the biggest New World cigar brands in the world, and I'm quite lucky to be the brand ambassador for them. So I kind of contacted you guys to pretty much say you were smoking shit cigars.
Yeah. We were aware of it.
In
We
the
were aware
nicest
of it.
possible
We
way.
knew. We knew.
And yeah, for me, my kind of approach to it is to get cigars out into the world, into as many hands as possible. I think cigars have this preconception of they are this very luxury, high-end kind of thing, and I don't think that they should be. There is cigars that definitely are into the hundreds of pounds kind of singles, but to understand them and to kind of make them make sense, and we've kind of discussed this previously, is to get the cigars into as many people's hands as possible and explore people's horizons into cigars. And I think from what we've smoked, and I think you guys have seen like my reviews and stuff, it's breaking it down into the most simplest forms of making tasting notes and making cigars as a process make sense
Yeah.
to not daunt people. I think that's the main thing.
It is a complicated subject matter. Do you want to just angle your mic like mine's angled? So that, just to minimise our 3-way.
Yeah.
To maximise the 3-way, sorry, should I say.
Oh.
You always want to maximise the 3-way.
Maximising the three-way.
You want to
Three-way
maximise
sword
those
cross.
angles.
I bet everyone wishes they're watching on YouTube now.
If you're not watching on YouTube, let's just discuss how many tattoos you have.
I don't know.
Yeah, are you covered completely?
Pretty much. I'm kind of
you're
getting there. I've
suited
got
out.
a few spaces. Pretty much none of the fun spaces left. Just all the the horrible shit. Like
ones that hurt.
Yeah, like-
have you got any on the top of your head?
I've got none. I've got what's.
Oh, you could do though. Look,
Yeah.
you could bick that and go. Couldn't you?
This is quite long. This is like about a week or so.
Yeah.
Ago. So when I've had my head tattooed, like on the back and on the sides.
You have?
Yeah, I've
Let's have a
had.
look.
So that kind
Oh,
of
I like that. Yeah.
quite far up, and then I've got my son's name.
Do you know what? I know somebody who had an owl head tattooed on the back of it. Looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I do think
really
head
good.
tattoos can be quite sick.
Yeah, they just have to get proper ones. And some of them, you just think, oh, you didn't think about where that started or finished, and it's like points out on the side of the head a little bit too much, like comes in towards the eye, and then on the other side it doesn't. You're like, well, at least balance it. But yeah, I think you should take advantage of that.
It's I did get threatened with being disowned if they got any closer to my face.
No,
But
you
I
don't
feel
want them on the face.
Head's okay.
Head's good
Head's
because
okay.
you could,
I mean, I can't necessarily grow a decent head of hair, but
you could head to Turkey and just fix that there. Let's be honest.
yeah, that could be the one.
Do it, mate. Fucking first thing I'd do. It's like $2.5 grand.
I think people are used to me not having hair now. If I suddenly
But
turn
you still shave it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Turned
mean?
up like me and like.
Yeah, just rocks up 1 week like, hello.
I get married next year. Just turn up at the wedding with like flowing locks and a little wind
Down
machine
your back.
going on.
With the wind machine. Just everywhere you go.
At the bottom of the aisle, just waiting. But tell no one.
And then, and only tell the band that you just want, I need a hero playing at the moment you step onto the aisle.
Dry ice.
Yeah. Nothing for her, just but for you, dry ice, dimmed light, spotlight comes on.
As she walks out, someone comes along just sweeping it away.
She's in the aftermath of what you've
Wafting.
been through. No, that's a wedding.
Yeah,
ring.
that definitely sounds like a plan.
I'm not
Yeah, let's
married
take
yet,
it
but
back.
I might get kind of unmarried.
Let's take it back from the women. It's not their day anymore. Let's make it about us.
Yeah, 100%. That sounds like a great idea.
I would though. I'd get out to Turkey and just whack some plugs in, like whatever they did. They don't even cut you anymore.
No.
They pull the hair
Out the root.
from the root, which regrows itself anyway, and then do it one by one.
I always like the one when they go get their teeth done. And they just turn up suddenly looking like sugar, like just a full...
Do you know what the problem with that? They go too white.
Too white and too wide.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I always feel like their teeth are a little bit too big for their head.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just a tiny.
I can see
one
these
size up.
side ones a little bit too much when you
Yeah,
talk.
I think that's Americans
Yeah.
more than us. I do, because there's a couple of lads in America, young lads who've had it done, and
Like that.
horsey teeth. But maybe they had horsey teeth anyway, but they just went straight before.
Yeah.
Because
I just think teeth aren't meant to be perfect, and I think like good teeth look better being like slightly imperfect. There's like a ratio where
so
when
it keeps
it's like
it real.
yeah,
you're not
when
looking
it's
at their
too
face.
perfect, then you're just like, oh, that's fake.
It's like all of your teeth are just one straight line.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, that's not what teeth.
There's
are
no
meant to look like.
separation. You just look like you've got some paper just shoved.
What, that's like
Some of
what
them are, but it's
Steve-O's
when they-
teeth look like.
Yeah, when they go bright white, that's
yeah,
the problem.
yeah, does not fit.
You want to go like eggshell.
Yeah, just can I go off white, please?
Yeah, just like
And that bit in Friends with Ross when he bleaches his teeth.
yes, that's what some of them look like.
Yeah.
You're just like,
It's constant nightlight.
Yeah.
Like they're under UV, but just in the middle of the day.
they're talking to you, and you're not hearing a word they're saying.
Yeah, because you're
It's
just
like,
staring at the teeth.
They're coming out like Predator. Just like,
yeah, no, I don't know if I could do the veneers.
Yeah.
They literally nub your teeth down, don't you?
Yeah, is that where they like
They
literally
literally
file them into
file them
spikes?
down to little points and then
wasn't it
screw them
Katie
in.
Price? She had hers taken out and she put it online, like these little
Nub
like,
face,
nubbins of like.
One of the lads from Gymshark, well, he's not there with them anymore. Maybe no, he's not. He went to get it done out in Turkey, and he sent us a picture like before they went in, and it's literally, I don't know how to describe it, like a meth head.
Yeah.
If they had just the nubs left, it's just like
Like
that.
Tic Tacs
like
for teeth.
Fucking sketchy.
Ugh.
Yeah, and then they screw them in over the top of
That makes me feel a bit weird. That does that. Like,
Yeah, but they're gone. Once you've done that,
Yeah,
that's
they're
it.
not
They're
great.
gone,
That's your
gone.
adult teeth, isn't
And
it? They're not.
I went to the dentist the other day and talked to him about this because I've been doing Invisalign, and then I kind of gave up on it because it was just a bit of a faff. And now he's going to finish it off for me properly in the time frame that it should be, because it's a whole thing. If you get Invisalign, they're good, but
You have
you
to
got to
keep
make
up with
sure
it.
that their scans and everything are on time with what you want, because mine just didn't move enough over the set amount of time. They moved really quickly and then just stalled out. And so I was traveling too much and taking these fucking things with me everywhere. I need to talk a lot, and you're like every time you put a new
You can
one in.
tell, can't you?
Yeah, you can. It gives you a lisp a little bit. Yeah. Which thankfully Chris Bumstead's making cool again, so they'll be able to put them back in. Like sweet.
I'm a savage.
Totally awesome. I'm savage as fuck. Yeah, and yeah. So I went to see him. Now he was saying, because he's doing it. We're going to do it as a promotional thing. I'm going to do it befores and afters and stuff. And I talked to him. He was like, you know, you can do veneers and stuff if you want like perfect teeth and things, but there's other things you can do where they put like caps on the end of it just to finish your teeth off and blend them all in and make them more streamlined.
Yeah.
But it still looks a bit normal. And I asked him about veneers. I said, they literally nub you down for that. And he was like, yeah, they shave it down. And then I said, and when Jeff get replaced, like probably about every 10 to 15 years, depending on what they use.
Yeah.
He said, but then when they redo them, they have to reshave them again. Because of, I guess, from them being underneath the other ones, they have to freshen it up so they can remount them. Cool. So eventually there's going to be a point, though, where
There's
you
no
no
nub.
nub.
There's no.
You've no nubbies.
That's when they just like I don't know,
think they just
drill a
bolt
hole
them
and put like
directly into
a
the
riv
root.
nut
I
or
think
something
that's what
like
they
that.
do, don't they? They would then create a full bridge for you, and then they screw that into your skull bone, jaw bones, and skull bone. That's what they do for people who have like zero. You know, the meth addicts who have no teeth. They
The ones
literally
who go on Jeremy
just-
Tyler.
Yeah,
We're going to do your teeth.
They just
Drill
they
and
just
tap
literally
your head.
tap it and just literally drill them in right into the bone.
Oh, that makes me feel weird. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know, how do we get onto that?
All right, let's smoke cigars.
Yeah. So today we are obviously there's three of us here. So we're jerry rigged up. Got Ant on the old the new Rode mic, which should work well. But we have our Zoom working, so we're teched up. We've got the Zoom H8 working. So fingers crossed, this sounds nice.
Yeah,
We tested it. Should be all right.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
No chipmunks.
If you're hearing this, it worked.
I was gonna say, otherwise
not,
it'll
you'll never know.
be that little gremlin that's fucked us
Yeah,
up.
this little fucking gremlin's here now.
Every
So we've
time.
got him.
Every time.
we were supposed to have a whole new table and a whole new mic here for guests. No.
Not here yet. No.
In traditional fashion. No. Just
All went
no.
tits up.
All plans gone. So instead, what we have is our little tiny desk for now, but it has fitted on here. We've got, you'll see if you're on the U of Tube, these. That is not a hardened and fossilized dog turd. That is a lovely hand-rolled cigar. So there you go. Today we're going to be teaching. We're not, obviously I'm aware, this is a podcast.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk around the cigars whilst we're doing it. We're not just going to sit here and go, for an hour.
A lot of trying to blow smoke rings and just going,
Oh, I do that all the time.
oh.
Suit you.
But, maybe that's what you need to do.
Yeah, that's the thing. But we are going to learn a little bit for people. So we're going to go through this from basics and through, and then we'll tangent to wherever we tangent.
Yeah, because we had a bit of a brief, didn't we? A couple of weeks ago now, maybe.
Weeks ago.
Yeah,
like an
4
hour
weeks.
to kind of squeeze in.
Yeah. So these are Davidoff cigars that you brought in, are they? And one of them was hand rolled by you.
So yeah, actually, I don't think these ones were. One that was in the original box was. These are the last three that I had left.
Ones.
These are probably the good ones from the Dominican lady who
these
swore at me a lot.
So yeah, are these like Cubans but from Dominican?
So cigars as a whole, as a hand rolled process, they all follow the same processes pretty much. So these contain Dominican tobacco, whereas all Cubans have to contain all Cuban tobacco.
Ah, okay.
New World
Like
cigars,
champagne.
like champagne, has like a source of origin. So New World cigars kind of are able to dip into different areas. So from Dominican, Nicaragua, Honduras, Mexico, Brazil, Peru. There's a lot of other countries that grow tobacco. So these have got 100% Dominican tobacco in them from various parts of the plant. What you'll find with that is different strengths. So these have got quite a lot of Ligero, which is the stronger leaf, the more darker leaf. A little bit more in terms of peppery notes that come through on them. But because they are a Dominican cigar, they're quite creamy, quite light, more of a subtle approach to the flavours.
Yeah.
I think probably the best thing for us to do is get them cut and lit, get into the first third, and then we can kind of like talk about the flavours as they
So
get in.
we can chat and smoke through the first bit.
Well, how long's that burn? Like an hour?
We might be here for a while. Nah, they're about.
That's more than an hour, surely.
That's 45 to an hour. It's a Robusto size.
Yeah, but you're talking to us we made the village ones last over an hour. And they're
they're half the
that?
size of
So
that.
yeah, this is like, we'll probably be a Tuesday. Guys. But now, to be like a Robusto, which is a classic 5x52, so 5 inches by 52 ring gauge,
So that's 5 inches long.
by 52 64ths of an inch.
Wow, that's taking penis measuring to a whole new level.
It sounds a lot better. If you do so,
That's how we should all. And now, how big are you? Well,
I'm 52
I'm a
64ths of an inch.
64 gauge.
I've got a 64 ring gauge.
Oh, yes. Fair.
But I was asking about your penis.
That is 100% going to be my answer to any penis question from now on.
Oh, we're about
I'm
64.
about a 64 ring gauge. That'd go down well in a gay bar, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That'd have all the ears. That'd be like freaking prairie dogs.
Ring gauge.
Regardless of length, it's all about ring gauge now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The new unity that we're bringing
Oh,
in.
you go by length, old fashioned. We go by ring gauge.
we went ring gauge now. And then you just get one of your cutters and go chink.
Is it too much for you? I can take a bit off.
That just sent.
Just thinking, you know those ones you showed me before, that wouldn't fit in that cutter, would it?
No. So those ones would be a punch cutter. Or,
You brought out some fat
or a
boys before.
bigger ring gauge. So
If you imagine Arnie cigars.
Yeah, it's almost like if you imagine a can of Monster as a cigar.
Yeah. Honestly, it was fucking huge.
It's massive.
They're kind of like 70 ring gauge, so they're over an inch
Yeah.
in terms of like just ring gauge. And
They're the black man of the cigar world. We were all thinking it. We were all thinking it.
the Leroy. No offense to anyone called Leroy.
They've already been ruined anyway with Leroy Jenkins. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
World of Warcraft.
Fucking hell. Classic.
I played World of Warcraft for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that because that's hilarious. You ever play World of Warcraft?
No.
You know what it is?
I've never owned a games console. I know. I was I was an outdoor kid. It was like, get home, go out.
I know, but there's nighttime.
Oh, I'm still out.
You're just rebelling.
Just
You're just on the corner. Right, yeah.
standing outside the corner shop. Excuse me, mate, can you buy us some
You-
beers and some fag?
Can you buy us a cigar, please, mate?
Well, World of Warcraft is an online game with like mediocre graphics, but like it's a massive, huge open world,
Okay.
and every character in it that you kind of, other than the ones that you go and kill, unless you're battling or dueling, are other real people in the world.
Okay.
In you know,
Like
playing
you level
online.
up your character.
When you level up, but you join guilds and form little teams, and there's these things called what are the things called? Where
A
you go-
raid?
No, not a raid. You can do a raid, but that's not a common
I don't know
one.
what they're called.
When you go into the thing and there's like you can repeat the level over and over,
Yeah.
and you get different.
Basically,
What is it called? That's going to bug me. There's loads of nerds now being like,
yeah.
it's called.
Basically, you're going off to do a mission, and you have to group together with a collection of
Yeah,
people.
you need a
'cause you
certain
can't
amount of
tackle it
people
on your own.
in the team to even go into these things sometimes. And anyway, it's like a repeatable level that you can do and beat a boss, and they drop certain weapons and things at the end, and it's like a gamble as to what's going to appear. And you're hoping you go in to get, because it's usually a special drop, and you're hoping your special drop's going to be one that drops for your character. But when you go in, there's a very specific way of making it through these challenges, very specific, and you'll have like a team leader chatting to everyone, right, and everyone's got a job, because some are healers, some are attackers, and all this stuff. So they'll be going in and going, right, well, someone spank up with a banana bomb, Daisy, you're healing, make sure that you're at max bandages, and all this other stuff that I never understood, because I was just a warrior with a sword, and I was like, just point me to what you want me to do. And so they'll go in, and they'll do these things where it's called pulling, and they'll shoot one little sector of these like baddies in the distance and draw just them in. So then you take them out, and then you pull the next one in, and that's and the trick is because they're always in the same areas, is to learn where to do these things and see. And so there's this whole video online where there's these guys, and they're in there going, okay, everybody, let's get ready for this now. Everybody make sure that you're at max spell capacities. Daisy, you're healing, max bandages. Everybody let's OP on the VG with the NTs, and everybody have your STs ready, and someone make a brew, and then everyone's getting ready, and they're all like properly nerding, like, yeah, I'm specking up to this, everybody wearing like this, and they're all getting really ready, and then this one dude just from the back just goes, Leroy Jenkins, and then just sends his character bawling in through the middle of everything, and then all
Everyone's
of these
screaming.
nerds generally have an absolute breakdown, genuinely low, like, oh my god, everybody get spec'd up quick, everybody, and
They all like panic and start running.
They all just goes to shit, and everyone dies, and he's just laughing at the thing, and these nerds are going, fuck you, Nick.
But it's how he does it. It's like,
It never
his voice.
fails.
He goes, Leroy Jenkins.
And they just but he does it multiple times, and there's loads of clips of him doing it to people, and he lets them all get really,
sneak
really
in,
ready
and then,
for these like high-end challenges, and then just bolts in. And it's super annoying because then you have to all leave to then all rejoin to all go back in.
Yeah, just fucking him over for the sake of it.
What a dream.
But and you say nothing until he just screamed that one line, and then just bolt in.
And he had one of them in his pants as well. No,
Yeah, exactly. That's why he did it.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, fuck it.
I got one of these. I can do what I like. But it was the funniest thing is the reaction of the other people.
Yeah.
Because it's their world.
For them, it's real.
A lot of them
For them,
live
it's
in
all-
that
yeah,
world. That's
yeah.
where they spend 8 hours of their day every day. So funny. It was like if you were at a cricket match, and then you just ran onto the cricket field with like a rake and just like dragging it across the pitch, just fucking the whole thing up. Actually, with cricket, you could just run on with a torch and bad light them. Fucking cricket.
My eyes.
My eyes, it's a little bit bright.
Right, should we get it cut and lit?
Well, no. First,
What?
we have these special cigars which are from the Dominican of Colombia, Cuban, Colombian, Dominicans, and we spoke to you and said, well, we drink stuff.
Yeah.
Can we pair them? And you said yes. So today, I'm going to bring this up now because we've not got room on our pathetic little table because we should have had a big one. I'll tell you one thing, you're going to come to this podcast, YouTubers, one time, and all of a sudden it's going to be like, bam,
So ready.
suck it.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, whoa.
We'll have all our shit together.
It'll be like one level up in a single go. It's not going to be. It's not going to be subtle.
I think
Yeah.
don't even mention it. Right?
It's going to be like
Yeah.
if
Never mention
you've
it,
not
just
seen
how
a,
completely
you've not seen a
separate.
girl for a while, and then she appears, boob job. Like, just bam. You're gonna be like, whoa, we don't know what to look at first. And then you're going to stare too long and realise you're not listening to what we're saying.
I haven't spoken to you. I've been here for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I've not said a word.
All my brain has done is gone, boobs. So, we have... So Lou's going to open it because we have to bring the chest. This is all technical. It's very high spec.
So
Ready? So today we have Butterscotch Rum.
So it's another one from that project 173. But yeah, because we've had.
So we've had this. We had one of theirs before.
No, we've had two, haven't we?
Have we?
We had the chocolate and we had the cherry.
We did black cherry one.
So
and we had the chocolate one. The black cherry was the best so far.
I thought the chocolate was
No,
better.
you didn't.
I did.
No, did you?
Yeah, I did. The black cherry was very nice, but the chocolate was the first one we had, and it was super
I thought we
smooth.
both liked the chocolate, but then we were a bit underwhelmed. No, maybe you're right.
It was really nice. The chocolate
Chocolate one was
That-
really nice.
Well, the fact that there's no chocolate left downstairs and there is black cherry indicates that
That
we really
indicates
like
we really like
chocolate
the black one,
because
yeah.
we finished the whole bottle.
Damn it! Yeah,
So
you're right.
And
I
when you
retract.
because you got the black cherry but initially you tried to get the butterscotch, but it was out of stock.
Yes, I did.
Why did we all? Just
I love the fact that when I look off, you look. Do you know what else I'll do? Is when I'm talking, I'll point randomly for no reason. I'll be like, "So they were over there," and everyone always goes, looks like I'm pointing at something. I'm like,
Oh,
"No,
I see.
that was just a gesture."
It's 1:45. There's nothing out.
But anyway, the
Just who's it by again? Because this is really good.
Project 173.
Honestly, this brand, the bottle alone is sexy as fuck with that little brush stroke and the gold on it. It's I
It
just
looks
think
medicinal.
It's medicinal. That's what I said.
Yeah.
You could put that in a medicine cabinet,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
nobody would know that
Like an
you
old
are
school-
just going
what's it
there
called?
to have a sip, like
Apothecary.
apothecary. Yes, so it's very much so. But you could hide that in a medicine cupboard. No one would ever know. And then you could nip it and go, I fit, and jump down,
You'd like-
and have a little sip.
They've all got like the exact same theme, but then the stroke of paint's just a slightly different colour.
Yeah,
They're
so-
all very similar,
So
aren't
that's
they? But
obviously butterscotch colour, and then the other ones was brown for the chocolate, and then a purple for the black cherry, wasn't it? Like a dark.
the only negative,
It's not a big bottle
not a cork,
and not a cork.
no pop.
I don't mind though because I'll give away the cork for the way of the styling of the bottle, and the
Yeah.
fact you could hide it in a medicine cabinet and no one would know.
And you could
They
put
are
that
very
next
cool.
to a bottle of TCP.
Yeah,
And no one would
exactly.
know.
And
You
you
hope
just be
you've got
like,
an industrial sized bottle of TCP.
It's a good shout, that
He's
is.
I
going to
just
the
like
bathroom,
it.
coming back absolutely hammered.
and smelling a butterscotch.
Yeah,
Sounds like a fine Worthings, but
still 42% though.
Yes, it's a beastie.
So it's not.
So-
It's
Which
yeah.
was the one that Yusuf poured aggressively in, and we were both like, so when Yusuf came, was Emma. Oh, by the way, Yusuf's fighting on Bellator
Yes.
in Ireland in November. Want to
Are we
go
gonna,
over?
yeah, we could try and go over.
Yeah. Have a bit of a
down.
lads trip.
Yeah, I'm definitely down.
Yeah, I'll message him after this and find out. But yeah, hit up Yusuf and give him some congrats. He's fighting Bellator, big fight, real full professional thing. You know, this is his
Big
moment.
break for him.
Yeah, because every time this was supposed to happen, he's either got injured or who he's first supposed to be fighting has pulled out or something's happened. So I believe this is his time.
Yeah.
because that motherfucker can fight. He's a pretty bastard as well, but he'll just like it's the best thing. Yeah, like he's a good-looking lad and he can mince you. Like, but he doesn't look that way
No.
inclined.
Yeah.
but he's so talented. Like, and he's a great teacher as well, which is rare. Like he can coach.
yeah, there's finding
Yeah.
that haps. There's a lot of that
He's
where
super.
visually you look amazing and what you do is great, but being able to transfer those skills to
So
other
many
people
can't-
is really
yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
hard.
it's
sometimes.
communication, isn't it? That's always the hardest thing. Being
And
able to.
breakdown, ability to how are they seeing it
Yeah.
and breaking it down so that they can understand
Not
it.
just doing it autonomously for yourself.
Yeah, I'm going, well,
but
this is it, do
Why
it.
do I do this? Let me explain to you why I do this and how I move this way.
Yeah, so
Makes
good.
sense to you.
Yeah.
It's that's finding that is rare.
I think it's his time. I really want him to. Yeah, he's got a lot of. Hopefully, we'll send him the positive vibes.
Yeah.
So the funny point was he comes on and he's quite gung ho with stuff. You know, like I said, with like the weed and stuff like that. He's very spiritual and he likes to use things and see how they affect him. But he hadn't really drunk whiskey and stuff before, so he poured it like he was at a mate's house, pouring like a mixer. In.
Like an
And
all-inclusive
he didn't
holiday
realise-
abroad.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
like-
It was something that was like 40. No, it was a 54 or something.
Yeah,
wasn't
it was. I can't remember what he drank now, but it was a strong one. And then
I remember he poured it. Both of us looked at him. and We're just like, "Oh, you made a mistake."
it's the speed he finished it off. We weren't even like halfway down ours, and he's like, done on this. And we're like, oh, you want some more?
Yeah, he'd done it, and we would just look. We both like, have you finished that already? He went, yeah. Why? We were like, you had it.
Well, at first I was like, maybe he's got a really strong tolerance. Maybe he's just like, maybe he's good. And then no, he didn't.
He was literally
no.
by 11:45, he was downstairs. Yeah, about 11:45, he was on the downstairs in the living room floor because it's underfloor heating, and he likes lying on the rug. He's like a dog. Like I know how he likes to be. He's always on my floor.
He
in
do
the
like
living
circles
room.
and
Yeah,
then
he snuggles himself in, and he was literally mid-sentence, closed his eyes to have a think, and just didn't come back. Just fell asleep mid-sentence, and we just left it there for like a good hour.
Yeah. We was just watching TV, and it was like left him on the floor. It was like,
gone.
He definitely enjoyed the rum or the whiskey, whatever he was
I had a
drinking.
lovely time.
Yeah, he did. He loved it. Yeah. So
Should we crack it out then?
what we're saying is, please do the same.
Yeah. If you're not unconscious on the floor in a few
You guys
hours'
have
time.
failed miserably.
Yeah. But you did. So we had a few turn up today, and this was the one that you recommended would pair well. So why would Butterscotch
my
rum
kind of
pair?
thought process behind it was these are quite, although they are quite creamy, they've got quite prominent, spicier, full-bodied notes to them.
Mm-hmm.
So with the butterscotch, which is more of a rounded sweetness as opposed to a overly sweet kind of sugariness, it's kind of like it's a soft. It envelops your tongue. But butterscotch is one of those ones. It kind of lingers with you. So with those spicier notes that are going to sit on your palate, you're going to have that butterscotch that moves around with it and not sort of be overwhelmed either way. So it's not going to go overly sweet. You're not going to go overly spicy. You're just going to balance quite nice. So finding that kind of happy medium.
Excitement then.
I've never made a man hiccup before.
This is the first time for
I wasn't ready for that either. I've not got any more either. There's just the one.
Just the soul.
Just the one.
How did you know he was okay? Well, he hiccuped and it surprised him.
Yeah, that's cheesy. So that's really, I wouldn't have thought of that. But you're right. All of that things. So, but when we have the drink of the butterscotch, will it make the cigar taste different and better?
It will. So what I would do is kind of play around with it and the kind of experimentation side of cigars. And I've kind of been playing around recently with some of the events I've been hosting. We've been doing like vanilla ice cream and Nicaraguan cigars and kind of playing around with food and drinks and stuff. It's all about that experimentation. So what I would say is before we go into the rum, have a couple of puffs of the cigar.
Yeah.
Then have the rum. The rum will taste quite different, and then kind of do it on the flip reverse of drink the rum first, then take a puff of the cigar. You've still got the remnants of the rum in your mouth, and you'll feel those different notes. And then we'll get into stuff like retrohaling and blowing it through your nose and not choking and stuff.
There's a point where each of us have looked at each other at one point during the cigar and seen the other one just trying to man up
Just
desperately.
like tears,
as
just
a
like-
tear just wells up in the corner of you. And the both of go, did it get you?
Tried to blow it through my nose.
Went the wrong way.
It's that thing of trying to blow through your nose
Yeah.
and just letting it pass through your nose.
Yeah.
That is
I was trying to explain how to make it pass through your nose, but I can only explain how I
by
feel
doing it.
Yeah, because I just raise the pressure in my mouth by pulling this muscle underneath the chin in.
Almost
And
like
I was
a
trying to
bowl.
explain like how you just
You got
to
like,
flex this muscle
turkey
under
neck.
the chin.
Yeah, it is.
And people are just like, what? I don't yet get you. Just freaking end up just gurning at you and just being like, this cannot be right. This can't be right. Or they'll just go, and it's just plummeting out their mouth.
So I think
I'm looking forward to this though.
Zach kept taking it back, didn't he, as well?
These cigars, what are these? 5 inches.
5 by 50.
You have had cigars before where you said before they've made you sick. Now, was that a big fat boy Leroy one?
No, it's probably about that
And
size.
that's what I'm saying. So last time we had these when we came to meet you, and I felt fine.
Yeah, I did. I was probably like a little bit heady.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but like
It's based on the time as well, the time and the speed of what you're doing. So you could power through this in say 20 minutes, half an hour. You'd feel like absolute dog shit. If you let the flavors go, you want to be able to put it down. You want to be able to carry on with doing things.
That's what I like about cigars. Is it's a put down, chat, social.
Yeah. There's a difference between cigars that you smoke to fill the time and there's cigars that you smoke to smoke the cigar.
Yeah.
To sit and think about it. And it's that thing where I would say about the theatre of cutting the cigar, lighting the cigar. What are you pairing it with? What are you going to eat? What's the time of day? Your mindset. You never smoke a cigar angry. It's like you chew it a bit, you smoke it really hard. You don't.
That's what I want to say. Were we watching Alien or something?
Yes.
Was it us? And the dude was chomping on the back end of the cigar.
Yeah. I know a few
What's
guys
that
that
about?
do that. It's quite an antiquated kind of thing, and it's more based on Cigars nowadays, especially New World cigars, are draw tested. So the cigar's made of 3 individual parts. You have the filler, the wrapper, and the binder. So the filler and the binder are the first parts. The wrapper's the final part. When you have the filler and the binder on, New World cigars, so especially Davidoff, we draw test our cigars. So what it is we put them into a machine that passes air through the cigar to set the parameters of how much airflow comes through that cigar. Cigars back in the day that weren't draw tested tended to be overly filled. Draw was terrible on them, so you almost had to chew them to break it up a little bit more and give yourself more airflow. You can still do it with some cigars, bigger ring gauge ones.
But wouldn't you just get bits in your mouth?
Yeah. They'd always have like brown as hell teeth.
Yeah.
It's already they're just constantly like spitting out.
Does that sound of a bad cigar if it's packing out the back end?
Yeah. It's not packed well. The leaves aren't right. It's probably not long filler. It's more short filler. So you're talking about like those individual bursts of flavour as opposed to a prolonged.
So when they make a cigar, do they make it in sections?
No. So it's whole leaf. If you've got long leaf, like it's called full leaf. Then you have short filler. You have medium filler as well. So that cigar, the leaves in the filler of this cigar, the whole length of that cigar.
Does that make it more expensive?
Yes.
Right.
Because it's the best quality parts of the leaf.
Yeah. Opposed to just because I imagine then they chop off the
whatever's
ends.
left at the end of the day then goes into things like your signature, your Villigers and stuff like that. So it's still quality tobacco, but it's kind of what's left.
It's
over.
the lower end of the quality.
It's the lower
stuff.
end of the quality kind of stuff. So and in terms of the almost the recipe of cigars. So this cigar would exist in different sizes, but it's not as much of an easy calculation of okay, this cigar in this size is half the size of this one. So all we need to do is double the ingredients. Doesn't work like that. To get that consistent flavour between those two cigars, it's a fine art of, okay, we have 17% of this one, 13% of this one. We lay 50% on top. We move the positioning of the leaves, the shape of the leaves. The leaves have to point in the right direction. And
so that's you can see what the value is in them, can't you? And that's all done by hand.
Yeah.
Just the hand rolled aspect of it is just like, man.
That adds a value to it though, because it gives it a little bit of a story, doesn't it? You know, it's been hand rolled by these. You know, there's no machines chunking these things.
No. And from Davidoff and how we kind of do things, of the 32 plus million cigars we made last year, on our main rolling floor we have 500 rollers, which
32. Right, let's do the math on that. right.
It's kind of like 450, 500, 550
million
600
divided by 500. 64,000 cigars each. Is that a year?
Yeah.
Divided by 365. 175 cigars a day.
Yeah.
And it's not every day.
And then
There's days off.
It's 450 to 500 per person per day.
Yeah.
One every 50 seconds or
so. How many days off a year would people have?
Well, you got 52 weeks, 104. You say you don't work weekends, so 104 days off over the year. So
Jesus, 104. So let's say plus the holidays. Let's take off 120 days for holiday bits and stuff.
Say 250. 250 days, working days.
250.
Yeah.
Oh, I messed up. What was it? 64,000. Roughly 64,000. Was it more than that?
No, it wasn't.
It was bang on, was it?
Yeah.
Divided by 250. 256 cigars a day. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine us trying to do that? We would get 8. 8 done.
Yeah.
I said when I rolled the one of these, it was 3 days into a tour of the Dominican, drinking far too much rum and smoking far too many cigars.
You just come out like a question mark.
I was like, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and she was like, do this, and I was just like, very sorry. Yeah. I'm going to have to go stand over there and just not be shouted at by you anymore. And at the end of the day, I got gifted with this beautiful box of 10 very, very nice cigars and this decrepit looking thing. I was like, does anyone want this? Because I don't even think I do, but I feel like I now have to because I rolled it myself.
Yeah, you should definitely smoke that.
If I did that, mine would come out rolled out like a spliff. It'd just be like a cone, twist the end, and go, there we go, that'll do.
That's the one.
Yep.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah.
Cone cigars.
Yeah, there we go. Is that thing?
Rolling accidental
I know that
spliffs.
you mean.
Oh, not another one.
A cone cigar. It fucks you from the beginning. Because you would have all of the beginning of it would be the harshest bit.
You can get cannabis cigars.
Ooh.
And was it 2 Chainz on his like fuck that's expensive
Hang on
stuff
a
that
minute.
you
How does that work when you're not inhaling though?
Oh, I think you do.
Ah,
But these cigars run into like the thousands of pounds per single.
Yeah,
because
and they're the ones in
all-
like the little like glass
it's
vials
not a
almost.
cigar. It's all.
It's
weed.
just a cigar shape, but
I get
it's
you, I
all
get you.
weed
Yeah.
with like a leaf, then with resin sort of barber pole round the outside.
Yeah.
And
Jesus.
yeah, like I said,
They're like put you in A&E off
Yeah,
one
put
drag.
you, What put you in another universe?
how many joints is this? 47.
yeah, frick.
Yeah.
God damn, you have to have a big party. That's a lot of COVID.
I was gonna say like you're just gonna have to have one puff and then pass
Yeah,
it
and
on.
then pass
Like
it
you're
on.
not gonna.
Oh, this
and
is my
everyone-
cigar for the year.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be out of action.
I suppose you wouldn't
Everybody.
care how it tasted, so you keep putting it out.
Yeah.
In fact, what's the bloody point in that? It's just
It's
a
a-
novelty, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is purely the novelty of it.
That's the thing with like bigger cigars. It's more for the Instagram than it is for enjoyment. At that point, to
Yeah,
fit
'cause
something that size in your
You said the Leroy Brown
Yeah.
ones were. That's
3.5.
not. By the way, that's not what they're called at all. Don't
Leroy
go into,
Brown.
Don't go into a tobacconist and be like, "I want Leroy."
I'd like a Leroy
Brown.
Brown. Please, sir, you have to come to the back room.
Yeah, you'll get something very different to a cigar. But you said that was nearly 4 hours.
Yeah, that's probably like a 3.5, 4 hours kind of smoke.
And you said they're gonna retail like £100
Yeah,
each.
at that sort of size and the weight of the tobacco.
But you could be at a party all
Yeah.
night, like on that,
yeah,
couldn't you? Just
yeah.
like
a
looking awesome.
decent barbecue, like a daytime,
Yeah.
like a mid-afternoon starting barbecue.
Yeah.
See, now that's not where my brain went. My brain immediately went to a nighttime soiree, and I just chomping on a big cigar. I had no point
I'm
was
like
in the
just
daytime in a
chilling
cigar.
during the day. and the
Yeah, it's
sun
just so
smoking a
different, isn't it?
cigar.
The immediate way in which you think you would use these things.
Yeah, and I think it's something like that as well. Kind of the bigger ring gauge things, great for a visual, but like you never eat a banana in public in a room with another man. You never want like that
I do.
size of well you
And
do.
really slowly as
Oh,
well.
like intense eye
Just,
contact.
yeah,
But,
intense eye
yeah,
contact.
it's just the
And I
series of
actually
doing that.
force it into my mouth with the other. I hold it with one hand and force it in with the other whilst
Do you,
just
do you,
staring.
do you
And
fondle the
yeah,
other
Fondle
end?
the
just
invisible
slowly
ball.
fondling the back end and just push it in as far as it.
Tears.
It's a little tear until a tear rolls out of my eye.
But getting like the airflow, imagine like trying to fit that in your mouth and getting a decent, consistent airflow through that cigar
Yeah.
Yeah.
over 4 hours.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fucking shattered.
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Yeah. It's
You're not-
cardio. That's basically cardio.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell you what,
What's your
right,
cutting regime?
Yeah.
Well,
I want to
Suck
huff
a
a cigar a
Leroy
night.
every night.
Leroy Brown. You know what else is really weird? Whenever you have a calippo, is it a calippo?
There's the
Or
clip
any
of-
kind of lolly. Because not anymore. Cause now I am back dieting. I used to have magnums in and stuff all the time. And the moment you just give everyone a magnum and everyone goes, and the moment it goes, everyone's like, everyone's like, everyone's thinking dick right now. Immediately. Because it's just blokes in the room and everyone's like, how do I? Fuck it. I don't know.
It's when they just do it in one. just all the
I'm worse because I nibble the end first, like I'm teasing it.
We're still talking about Magnum.
Let's open the rum.
Yeah.
You should pour the rum.
Pour the rum.
You start doing the cigars and
I'll start
describe what you're
cutting.
doing whilst we open the rum.
So, cutting a cigar, and I kind of taught you guys the cheap way of how to do it on the table.
Yeah. Oh, is it good? Oh, that was a. Is that really
I
good?
was
That
not
was
expect-
insane.
Like, smell that. That does not
You
smell like
fully
alcohol.
went into your body.
There you go. Butterscotch rum. Oh my god.
That doesn't smell like
Oh,
alcohol.
that smells delicious.
That literally just smells pure butterscotch.
What does that smell like?
That sounds like you're going to forget the day.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Can't.
That smells super sweet.
Oh, no, that's not alcohol. There's no alcohol in
Yeah,
that.
let's make a pudding out of that.
Yeah.
Dude, we don't need ice with that. Definitely don't. Yeah.
That smells
Well,
amazingly
you can't
sweet.
do the cork test. There's no cheeky pop, but you can
There we
do
go.
the
Is
blood
Is
test.
it a pour or a glugger?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a
Well,
pourer.
I think it's going to depend on which angle. Because if we go that way, it'll
That's
probably
a-
pour. If we go,
You go that way,
it'll
it's going to
glug.
glug.
I'm going to go for a glug.
Oh yeah, a little bit of a glug. Right, I'll try and see if it's a pour the other way. And then I'm still a little bit right. Which way did you go? That sideways.
long
Yeah,
way.
yeah, you need
So
to
I'm
go
going to go
flat.
flathead.
Yeah.
See if it's a pourer. Yeah, pour. See now,
Fuck,
immediately.
mate, Jesus Christ, look at the size.
I like butterscotch.
I feel short fucking changed here. I'm going back
Listen,
down.
it's been a long week. We've been sick and we're not sick anymore. Here's
Go
the,
for a leg size pour.
Oh, you went for the pour as well.
So I'm going to go half and then.
And
Oh, too late now. You can't get
After
the
the
glug.
point, there's no glug.
Yeah, there's no
There's
glug.
no
It's the
glug.
initial, is it? Look, we're already nearly halfway through that bottle.
There we go.
Yeah, now we are
We're all
literally
friends.
exactly halfway
We're
through
all
the bottle.
friends. Oh, it's going to be one of those.
It's not that expensive though, is it? It's only about 30 quid.
I think it's like 20.
Yeah, I was going to say.
25.
It's. I think this one was on offer when I picked it up.
For how much?
I can't remember.
Whatever it is, it's
I'll
worth
pull it up and I'll find out. But so I did an order from Masters of Malt, Makers of Malt.
Yeah.
I always forget what it is.
Malt Masters. Masters of Malt.
I think it's
Masters of Malt. Master of the Universe.
Yes, Masters of the Universe.
That's
That's
the
what I did. Yeah, He-Man.
Fine selection.
I wonder if we can find the Dolph
That
Lundgren.
makes no sense to anyone.
No, it just does. They went from He-Man to... And they're like, why is that funny?
I feel like we shouldn't even mention it.
No,
Like,
that's our thing. You're not allowed in CREWCasters.
if that makes sense to you, though,
Yeah,
you get it.
If you get that, you get it, yeah.
Right, there we go.
Come on, big dog.
See if it says. Don't just sit here waiting on me. Fucking hell.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it was £20 on the
That is-
19.95.
Right, now that's not such a bad thing. That's a small bottle.
Yeah.
But
Because
they do,
if you double that, because that's 50 centilitres,
Yeah.
and most of them are only 750 anyway.
Yeah.
So that's 30 quid as a 750.
Yeah.
Which makes that's that litre for litre. That's the
and
same.
if that was a 70, it would be free postage.
Yeah, but he would, wouldn't it? Yeah. Wow.
Well, being
Well,
as it doesn't have to
cheers,
chill,
boys.
we can just sip
Yeah,
on
we
it
can
straight
crack
away.
straight in. Right,
Cheers,
here we go.
cheers,
So
cheers.
now you might know about cigaring.
Okay.
Do you know about sipping
I
and
do
drinking?
know about sipping.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
Of course you
it's
do.
my
Because you
job.
said all the shit about butterscotching and rounding flavours. We can't even win on that front, Luke.
No, we're going to lose.
Well, yeah, but what about dick flicking? What about? Because yeah. Wait until he took a sip.
We going in?
Yeah. He's got to choose now to breathe or swallow. He's a swallower.
There we go. You look like a swallow.
No blink.
No blink.
Oh no, that's I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm not saying anything right.
Oh, that's ridiculously smooth. Oh, that's ridiculously
It's a
buttery.
nice little kick on the
Very
back.
buttery. Oh, a nice spice
the
at the end.
finish.
Wow, still going.
Yeah,
2 whole seconds that took.
back of the throat, and if you kind of breathe out with a slightly open mouth, you kind of get this nice like hit.
Nice
comes
heat
through.
comes through there, yeah. Wow, that's
Oh.
really well balanced. So
Not what I was expecting.
once you put it, the moment you take a sip in, there is zero heat or spice. It coats all your tongue in like a buttery, sweet butterscotch flavour, and then almost within 1.5 seconds or so, you start to get a heat rise, and then in 2 seconds it kicked over the back, over to the front of the mouth, and then it stops. It heats up, gets a little, so it's like it gets warm, gets a little bit warmer, and then stops. That's really nice. I feel almost like that's cheating.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
It's very, very sweet, but like not in a
Not in a
sugary
lamb's
sweet
way.
Yeah.
It's not sugar sweet.
It's creamy.
Yeah.
It is
Buttery.
creamy.
It's quite thick.
Yes.
So, like the consistency wise, it's
Yeah.
quite thick.
It
And I
coats,
think that
coats
it's
your tongue.
more of a coating as opposed to a kind of just
Oh,
passing
if,
through.
if you've not had rum before and you like butterscotch,
Yeah.
100%
It's
get
like
this.
a great
Or
gateway.
if you know somebody
Yeah,
that
that's a gateway.
gateway
if you know somebody that loves butterscotch,
Yeah.
and that you want a gift that looks cool, is it 173?
Yeah, Project
173. And we can recommend all of those. The butterscotch, the black cherry, and the chocolate. The chocolate and the butterscotch are definitely up there. The black cherry has the lovely black cherry kick, but it is definitely
Got a bit of a tang.
less sweet
Yeah.
than these two. So if you do like the less sweet and you're umming and ahhing, the black cherry is you want to go
I think
for.
we need to check out their the website, see if they do other flavours because
I don't
haven't
think they
spotted
have
any
their
others.
own website.
I don't
No,
know.
I don't know if they do.
They don't, because I remember I
some of
looked
them
them
are.
up before.
Yeah, I
and
think I did.
it's directly through Masters of Malt.
Yeah, they're like exclusive too.
I remember like the chocolate one, it was like sold out quite quickly.
Yeah.
But the butterscotch have sold out for ages.
You know, maybe they're probably on like a production run of it.
Yeah, they'll do a handful
Yeah.
and then what we've got.
Yeah.
You going in for second swig?
Second swig.
Yeah. So as predicted, the heat is way less. 2, 3. Now it's coming 4. A little bit hotter. 5. Wow. 6 seconds it takes, and now it's up to max. Oh, that's almost a little bit aniseedy down the sides of the tongue.
Yeah, it's like a kind of a tad chemically though. No, I wouldn't say it's like not bad.
There's an artificialness. To
Yeah.
it, a little
Yeah,
bit.
I can. Yeah, I know what you're saying there, but I like that.
Yeah,
Not the artificialness. I mean,
No, I
the
think-
overall
yeah. Overall, it's still nice. There is it's almost like a slight in between
Sweetener.
before.
sweetenerish
Yeah,
flavour.
before the butterscotch you get first, and then you get a little bit of like warmth and spice from the rum, and then there's just something in the middle which is just like slightly. I think it's what you're saying is that aniseed. For me, it's kind of a little bit artificial sweetenery, but it's not bad.
No.
But yeah, there is a little bit of something in the middle. I do like that.
I like
still
that.
think from what I can
Chocolate.
remember of the chocolate, I still think the chocolate was
The
the
chocolate is a longevity one.
Yeah.
You would get it over and over again. That is fun though.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
definitely.
Christmas.
Oh yeah. You put that in the pudding.
Yeah,
Trifle.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
A little bit hot. Warm it up a little bit.
Oh. Now
Cinnamon stick. Few cherries.
mold
Mold-
rum.
mold
That's
butterscotch
yeah,
rum.
Mold. Oh. We're gonna have to have a
Oh, we
play
might
with
be
that.
into something here.
I found the thing
Oh, yeah.
to make the rum.
Make our own.
We've got
Spice
one
riot.
of our listeners sent us in a
Spiced rum making kit.
making rum kit.
Good
So
old
Okay.
Brett.
I found it. Yeah.
So I feel like like a hot toddy, like a rum hot toddy.
Yeah.
Could be very, very dangerous.
Yes.
Like
Definitely.
returning to the well a few too many times throughout the night.
Yeah. Yeah,
Should we get this cut?
definitely.
Are we cutting them? Are we
We'll
having
cut-
to
Get them
I will
circumcised.
cut mine.
So the cheat way, if you've got a cutter,
cheat way
one is to get a good cutter. You need a good
is
cutter.
to get a very
Don't get
good
the ones you get free with shit.
No.
They're rubbish.
Spend a little bit more money. German blades, specifically, are very, very good. You want ones that are almost self-cleaning and self-sharpening. So you want one that has a blade that crosses over.
So it's catching itself.
It's catching
and it goes.
itself. It's going to clear all of the crap through. One of the things that you can do with cutters as well is soak them in baby oil once a year. And it will actually get all of the shit that's kind of in the inner workings, all the little bits of tobacco. It'll kind of absorb out.
It works with your balls as well.
leave them in bagel overnight.
It's overnight. Little rubber glove over the top.
I mean, what? Just a small pot. You sleep on your back all night and just a small bowl.
Get one of those medical gloves and fill it. So it's like a rooster's head. And you just elasticate it on.
That depends on your ring gauge.
It does.
Boom. Full circle joke. That's right. So German blade, self-cleaning.
German blades,
baby
kind
oil
of something that crosses over. There is different kinds of cutters. Go for a classic straight cut. V-cuts are great, don't get me wrong, but they tend to be
What,
for...
is this the blade?
Yeah,
A
so
V-cut,
the kind of
what's that
shape.
do?
So this is called a straight cut.
Because that's
It's
an
just a
essential.
straight-
It's a hole in the middle. You
It's a hole
press
in
the
the
two
middle,
sides
cigar
in, it
in,
cuts it.
straight down.
So what the hell does a V?
A
one do?
V-cut cuts a V-channel into the cigar.
How weird.
So
like a
it's-
triangle.
Yeah, so it's almost, it kind of cuts like a notch into the cigar, like a V-shaped notch into the cigar.
Why would you want that?
Depends on the size of the cigar. What you'll find is with cigars that are a little bit tight on the draw, you want a little bit more integration into the cigar. It's going to give you less surface area, but give you a little bit more of an easier draw flow. Mouthfeel is a little bit weird on them. I didn't actually bring a V cutter, but I will next time, and we can play around with V cuts. I like V cuts on the Leroy Brown, but in a two-way V cut. So you do one cut that way and one cut that way. So it looks like
That makes sense.
like a crown cut.
Yeah.
A larger surface area, easier airflow, especially on something that's massive.
Yeah.
You want a little bit more.
We've ruined your job.
Yeah.
We've ruined his job. You're going to be in meetings now. Just
I've got an
Fucking-
event next Wednesday with
gonna be talking
a
gauge.
similar size cigar to that, and I'm just going to be like, I'll text you. I'll be like,
You-
just mentioned Leroy Brown in the middle of this event.
every time I mention gauge, I think dick. Now, fuck you guys.
Don't know if you've heard about me, but I'm 64ths of an inch.
I was going to make me chuckle every time I hear it.
So the cheating way to cut a cigar is to kind of put your cutter down, and what you can then put your cigar straight through. You will then never overcut your cigar because
Yeah,
it's
so
only
if
going to
you're
go
not
as
watching
far.
on YouTube, what he's done is he's put the cutter on the table, which is essentially so a cutter. When it's all folded up in itself, it looks like just a rectangle of metal with a little hole in the middle, which now the blades are covering.
Mm-hmm.
So then you release the catch, it opens up the hole in the middle, the little things come out the side, which obviously you can then press in and brings the blades back
What
in.
are those things called? The medieval thing that checks your head.
Guillotine.
Oh, guillotine.
They're
Yeah,
actually
it
called.
is
They
much-
are known as
they
like
are,
a
yeah,
guillotine
they
cutter,
are, yeah,
a
guillotine
straight
cutter.
cutter or a guillotine cutter.
Yeah. So you're going to put that flat on its back.
You can
on the
put
table.
it flat on the table, and if you put your cigar that way, straight down. You're never going to overcut. So cigars have caps. So,
Yeah, if you look on a cigar, you taught us this last
Yeah.
time. If you actually look at the back
so you
end of a
have
cigar,
2 or 3 caps on most
you can
cigars.
see a line
This
where you
is a
should be
triple
cutting.
cap. You never really want to cut below the second cap line,
Yeah.
just in terms of the integrity. So the wrapper leaf that goes round is rolled at an angle. So the tip is here. It's
kind of tucked
underneath the cap.
It's like a towel when you wrap a towel around yourself.
I saw this thing the other day, and this is tangent, right? Apparently, if you roll the towel the other way,
No. So what you do?
it stays on
You
more.
you roll. So you get the towel.
Yeah.
Like, so you've got it out either side of you. So you got towel end in the left hand, end in your right hand, and it's wrapped around your bum. But you got everything showing at the moment. So you wrap your one side around,
Yeah.
and then wrap the other side over the top like you would normally. But instead of tucking that top side in, you grab now both sides and roll the whole thing down, and it will. You can't even. It's like a pair of trousers. It's like putting a belt on.
I was yesterday years old when I learned that.
Seriously, I learned that. I learned that at 15 in France very quickly.
Rugby tour?
Yes, when the game was yank the lads' towels away because you had to go and shower because we were on a campsite.
Yeah.
So you had to walk back to the
the
tent in
block.
your towel.
Yeah.
So if someone nicked your towel, you were cupping it and walking all the way back. So I learned very quickly that the wrap and roll, it's like wearing a pair of trousers. You can't pull it off.
You should have played him on it and just walked out with the towel over your shoulder, just naked. And was like,
Solid struggle.
yeah, we're gonna do now. No
15,
fun
I
anymore.
feel-
And the French would have been like, no. C'est petit.
Yeah, I mean, at 15, you're probably getting more people in trouble for just being around.
Yeah.
You're going to jail.
You're-
You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Don't look.
You're on a
Don't
list.
look.
You're on a list.
Don't look. Don't look.
You could be all powerful.
Yeah.
If you
Oh.
look, you're going on the list. Yeah. What are you going to do
That
now?
is the
Just
thing.
walking into their caravans, taking what you want. Don't look at me. You'll be on a list.
See, my little boy's got them over the head towels with the hood.
Yeah.
Why don't they do them for adults?
What, like a dressing gown?
It's
towel?
like a toweling poncho.
That seems very warm.
It's
I'm not an upper body toweler.
it's banging though. It's over the head. You could be fully just nude beneath.
I'm just wondering.
Go about your day.
Is it like it's like a tube of material?
Yeah. But
It's literally a pillowcase with a
Yeah.
hood on it, and you get in it.
Oh, I've never seen them.
they do them for kids.
Makes sense.
They should do them for adults.
They do a thing called a towel sheet, which I only learnt the other day.
And they're like a quadruple-sized towel.
I was 2 yesterdays old when I learnt this because I've bought new bath towels
Yeah.
for you guys, which also have not arrived. So you're on the old butt wipe towels, boys. Yeah,
We're drying off with flannels.
yeah. You've got the hand
We just got
towels.
to roll on the carpet
Yeah.
once we
Flannel on the
drop.
bath mat.
I ordered all new towels so that everyone would have like matching nice towels for each
You're
room.
cute.
Yeah, they're not arrived yet though, so it's a gate up more next time. But there was an option, and I was just dropped down menu. I was like, I want towels. It was like, but which towel would you like, sir? I was like, I don't know, a fucking towel. What is it? It was like, would you like a bale set? I'm like, bale set? I'm not drying a horse. What are you offering me? It's like, well, this is an hand towel with a bath towel and then also a drying towel. I was like, are the other towels not for drying with? What? Why is it? And then he went, would you like a bath sheet? I was like, am I sleeping in the bath now? Is this for men who've been relegated from the sofa to now the
hydrophobic.
bath? Yeah, what the fuck? But apparently these bath sheets are just giant towels.
Okay.
With like 190 centimeters long instead of the normal towels like 110 or something. Right. So they're basically just ginormous towels that you can just wrap yourself up in.
I've got a story about sleeping in the bath, but carry on. If you...
And that's it.
Yeah.
So I learned the other day, there's a thing called a bath sheet, and I did not buy them. I got as normal towels.
Well, normal like towels are pretty big, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're pretty big. Big towels.
I've
Big,
never
isn't
like got a towel that wet that I was like, oh, I'm out of dry towel.
it? Yeah, I know, yeah.
Like-
Nah, but do you go face, body, butt and balls, or do you sometimes go butt and balls and think, sod it, back to the face?
I don't give a shit.
You see, you have 100% rubbed your face with ball towel.
I've never thought about the order.
Yeah.
What, you're rubbing your balls on it?
Yeah, you've just
They're my
come-
balls.
Yeah, and
then on your face.
I've just come out of the shower or bath.
They're as clean as they're going to be.
Yeah.
They're as...
If
I'm expect- if
My
I'm
balls and arse are as clean as they're
Yeah,
going to
if
be.
I'm expecting anyone else to get near it,
It's
I've
the
got to at
only-
least be willing
if
to.
I'm not
someone-
going... Right, we're going to have a shower. Right, I'll dry you. You dry me.
If I'm at somebody's house and I'm showering and then I've got the bath towel and I'm like, I look at the towel and the first thing that goes through my head is when I'm about to shower myself is, what is the least
Amount of arse
part
and
of
balls.
this towel?
You're just using the corners.
Which part of this towel is least likely to touch balls or bum? And then I dry my face with that part. And then the rest I don't care. But that I literally do. I look at it and I was like, what type? Do they look like a corner dryer or are they a middle dryer? Do they look like straight to the middle and the bum and balls, or are they a corner
So
potter?
you come out and you've just got bits of tissue paper stuck to your face. You were just like, I don't trust any of this towel.
Yeah. That's the gayest clap ever.
It's a really shit clap.
So,
He was so embarrassed by it.
immediate embarrassment by that, because I'd done a really good clap and then you hadn't pressed record, and then I went to do it again. I was like, oh, but now we're recording, I shouldn't do it so loud. And then it just when you mess up a word, when you went to say good morning and then also hello, so you go gello. So my clap went from manly to tappy tappy, and then I double tapped it, which is useless for the sounding as well, because you
I
need
like
the
to
one
call
big
this
spike.
clap instant regret.
That was an instant regret clap. Yeah, that's what that was.
So-
that's exactly what many of you need after a Saturday night out.
In the meantime, while we were fucking chatting shit, you've done
I've
Cut the cigars.
They're now
Can we do
circumcised.
the-
So,
let's all do the. No idea what.
So
I'm
you're gonna
smelling.
get-
Do you know what it smells like to me? Horses.
Barnyard.
Barnyard. Yeah.
Barnyard farm.
Ah, yes.
Farm notes.
Winner.
Yeah.
Straw, hay,
Yeah. Why is
barnyard
that?
notes. Because it is a farm-based product. It's come from a farm. And
That literally just smells like horse.
tobacco farms are they're a sight to behold. If you ever get to chance to go to Cuba,
I've been to a tea
Dominican,
farm.
similar kind of
was
looking
cool.
plant. I'll recommend some tea and cigar pairings to you. At another point. I've got some really cool.
I love the fact that every aspect of life, you're like, I got a cigar for that.
Head's falling off. I've got a
Yeah,
cigar.
that's right. You like yogurts? I got one for you.
Ball
Stub my
towel.
toe. Come with me. Ball towel.
Ball towel.
Ball
cigar.
towel. You've just realised you've used the ball towel on your face.
Yeah.
I've got a
You're
cigar
just
for
like,
you.
oh god, my face smells.
This is a Rehypnol cigar. You will not remember a thing.
It's one of them cannabis ones. So yeah, like I said, we've cut the cigar. What I always say is if you ever get a cigar, and then when you'll know whether it's cut right, whether you need to cut a little bit more, is it's called a dry draw through it. So unlit, you want a little bit of resistance, not too much resistance. You want a nice bit of airflow.
Yeah.
If the cigar is a little bit overfilled, get a long nail or a long screw or something and just kind of work it into the cigar. There is tools out there. I've got one. I'll show you later.
Pokers.
There's one that's actually, it was developed by a dentist, so it's made to like surgical grade steel, and it's kind of barbed, and you twist it in.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
A
bit like a corkscrew.
little bit like a corkscrew, but a very, very tiny version of it.
Yeah.
You won't necessarily get that so much with, not to big up my own brand, but with Davidoff cigars, you won't get that because our cigars are draw tested. So before the wrapper goes on, we draw test the cigar to make sure that it meets
Again,
the parameters.
that's done by mouth. Every cigar.
Everyone has been
It's just a
pre-sucked.
It's just
good
a bloke.
suck.
It's Jose. He's just in the corner. Just,
Just like, "Hi, here's a good one." Yes, it's
Big
good.
barrel chest of a man. He's just like,
he's
No, you see, to
constantly.
me, he wasn't. He was a little guy. He was like, "It's a good."
He's just constantly inhaling. It's just,
real dry lips. Dry. And a massive barrel
husk
chest.
of a man. Got no legs to it. Like, they're just
little
withered.
baby legs and just a massive
A bit
torso.
on Deadpool when his legs are regrowing.
Yeah, he's never moved. That was he was born for that job. Ooh, just one big set of lungs.
Yeah.
So yeah, like,
He doesn't even put it to his mouth. They come off of a production line, drop into his mouth, and then depending on which direction he spits it, it goes into like good or bad. You just go,
Yeah, good fed.
it's the good and bad eggs from
Yes, it is.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah, do you know I went to the My Protein Factory the other day, which is basically like a very clinical Willy Wonka place, and I obviously made an Oompa Loompa joke. Like,
Where are they?
do you have any? No, well, yeah, one. Do you have any Oompa Loompas? And they're like, no, because the guy had no humour. He was very like, well, he had a little bit. By the end of it, he had a little bit because I just was relentless.
Kept asking about
Yeah, I
Oompa
was
Loompas.
relentless.
If you had no
Yeah, I
fucking
did.
choice.
And I went, do you know what you need here? Charity Day, Charity Oompa Loompa Day, where you all come in orange and dressed up as Oompa Loompas.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you make a killing, and he thought it was really funny, but he went, yeah, health and safety wouldn't allow it because you can't wear makeup in there. You can't do anything. I was like, this is the most boring place to work in the world
well, they all have to get their faces
because
tattooed.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so one day just all tattooed orange.
Yeah.
But I was just like that.
Spray
That is.
paint.
But imagine anything to do with food and stuff like that. So clinical now. They've taken all the fun out for the workers.
Yeah.
These guys are just in there as if they're basically, you know, like the film Breakout. Is it called Breakout? The film where there's Yeah, I mean, it's called breakout.
I don't know.
Where there's like a disease that's basically was COVID, but people actually boiled and died.
I have no idea.
It has the monkey in it from Friends.
Got Marcel.
Marcel's in it.
What,
Yeah,
the actual
and
monkey
they
or
make
just
a joke.
capuchin
They
monkey
make,
in general?
they make a joke of it in Friends about it. He's gonna be.
Oh, he was in
Is it called Outbreak?
Outbreak.
Outbreak.
That
It's got
sounds
got someone in it.
Breakout
It's
seems
got
like-
it's got the guy from definitely good. The guy from Rainbow. Definitely good. What's he called?
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, he got it. Not laughing at me.
I almost went Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah. But yeah.
So from Rain
Rain Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dustin Hoffman's in it.
Yeah.
Mate, it's Outbreak. It is Outbreak.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that your
Why are we on
go-to reference with
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman was Rain Man.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is that or Meet the Fockers?
Yeah, see, I would have got that from Meet the Fockers more.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman. But I couldn't think of his name, so there's no way I was going to get it from
It
that.
was a cracking impression.
What was my point?
I have no idea.
It was an Outbreak thing, was it?
Outbreak.
Oh, yeah, 'cause it was
clinical
the
stills,
workers.
Oh yeah. So they basically in those movies, you know, where there's an outbreak and they all get done up, all onesies and everything like that. That's basically the entirety of the My Protein Factory. That's how they have to be,
They're all in a
and they're
big-
literally
big
checked
condom.
at every point. And then when you go out, you're scanned and there's all sorts. It's mad. But like they've literally they're not even allowed to. Like he was joking little bits, but then he was just like, no, you can't do that. Because I was saying, can I do this? He's like, no, I'll get done.
So on the flip side of that, you go to a cigar factory, and they always say that happy people make happy cigars. Cigars are made in essentially third world countries, very low economical kind of standards and things like that. But what cigar factories do, the more reputable ones and the more kind of ethically conscious ones, the workers get a set minimum wage, and it's an equivalent to scale of how much they, as a labour, but they will put your kids through school, give you housing, give you food, and things like that. So happy people make happy cigars.
Yeah.
And you will walk around the rolling floor if you ever get the chance, and they're all happy. They're smoking away, and they obviously they're all happy, right?
Yeah.
And they're passing
Doing
out cigars.
heroin,
And
bit of
I go
crack.
over there covered in tattoos. They want to have photographs with me because
I didn't expect that of you.
no.
I said that to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because when we were setting up meeting you, as it was like we were crammed for time, weren't we?
Yeah.
And so I was just like, all right, we'll go in, meet him, have a chat through, and you know, just we'll set something up, but then we've got to kind of move and do things. Because I didn't expect you to be such a. I thought you were going to be this kind of straight laced, really. Not clean cut.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe clean cut, actually.
He listened, but he heard about us through the fucking CREWCast. So like, how clean could he be?
Yeah, very
listening
true.
to our shit.
But then when I
What
turned
is
up,
this?
the moment I turned up and there was like neck tattoos, I was like, I am in.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
It was like some
whereas-
clean-cut
but
guy.
Imagine how funny that is. In previous years, that would have turned people off to something. To me, it was absolutely. It flipped it for me. I was like, oh, I'm going to enjoy this.
I think that's where I sit in the cigar industry, and like we were saying, there is that kind of preconception of cigars are this very three-piece suit, end of a day, and it's bringing it to more of a wider audience for me.
Crank.
And just bringing a little bit more approachability to it. I think that's where I kind of fit in with a lot more kind of people in the industry, and younger people are getting into cigars.
Yeah.
And being able to have that kind of frame of reference of he's got tattoos, he's talking in a language that's not completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
You listen to a wine tasting sometimes. I don't even know where to begin.
I also think they're lying a lot of the time with wine tasting.
Oh,
yeah, you can taste the summer breeze if you just let it roll over your palate. You'll sense apricots and a baboon swinging
in the distance.
swinging through the trees, caressing the apricots. Like, shut up. You are high and drunk.
Yeah.
Shush.
I mean, it's mostly drunk.
Yeah, it
It's
tastes
like
like apricot. Shut
being
up.
pretentious, isn't it? There's a point where obviously there's just like bullshitting for the sake of
yeah.
it, and it is just simplifying it into everyday language. It's not. It's something that we all need to understand, isn't it?
It's how we've discussed it before, and it's if I talk about a cigar on a review or anything like that, I'm going to mention different food products that they're familiar to me.
Yeah.
That's familiar to me.
Yes.
You're going to taste a sweetness or a pepper or a creaminess. Make that make sense in your own head. relate it to a food or a drink or something that you're familiar with,
And chase the flavour.
and chase that flavour down that route.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to agree that there's a sweetness,
Yeah.
but
Cool.
it's going to be different.
Come on
sweetness.
then, let's light these
Let's
bad
stop
boys
talking and let's.
Because
You take that one.
Start talking and get a sucking.
I get an expensive one. Suck it. No idea how to use it.
So your toasting will make if you toast your cigar correctly and your cigar is of good quality, you'll find that even if you get a slight uneven burn, it will eventually catch up with itself. But if you do need to rectify it and do a little touch up, turn your lighter down to its lowest possible flame, and just don't even let the flame touch the side of the cigar. Just kind of bring it
Like
back
when you're in
level.
chemistry class and you're just heating from the height.
Yeah, so you're warming it up as opposed to cooking it or like kind of burning it. But me
Yeah,
and
look,
Lou-
it has caught itself up.
Yeah, and and that shows that you're doing the right thing. Your cigar will tell you whether you're smoking it right.
I like that. Yeah, you treat it like it's a living entity.
Yeah, it's.
What was it that Churchill said?
Let your cigar die with dignity.
Yeah.
You should never stub out a cigar or put it. Just let it.
Let it be.
Winston Churchill never smoked a full cigar. He there's actually a cigar shop in London that's got a cigar museum downstairs, and they have a part smoked Winston Churchill
How sick's
cigar. Because he used to basically smoke 2/3 of it and then just pass it to the nearest aide or assistant that he had.
Yeah.
But he smoked cigars in the bath, in bed, on the toilet. He used to have his meetings in the bath.
Yeah, he did. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
He had in his bedroom. He has a cupboard that opens up, and inside it is a sunken bath into the floor, which you must wonder must have been a nightmare for him to get in and out of because he was a big boy.
I was a portly fella at best.
And he was not athletic in any way, shape, or form. And then a toilet in there that only he was allowed to use as well. And that bedroom, that whole bedroom and that area has all been preserved. Like nobody, it's kept as it was.
Yeah.
And it's a single bed, so he gave no fucks about his wife. It's just a bed for him, and a picture of his wife next to the bed, and then his mum above the bed, and then just a breakfast tray next to it for his morning breakfast in bed every morning. Do you know every morning he would have a whiskey in bed in the morning? Every morning.
What a man.
I know.
That's the kind of guy you need in wartime.
Yes.
But outside of wartime, he was shit. But in the war, that was his fucking zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, battle head on constantly.
Yeah.
He
He had a few whiskies.
But he was,
Yeah.
He had a couple of whiskeys. He was on a cigar, and he was just like
Coming into an
I love
11
when a
o'clock
plan
meeting.
comes together.
Yeah. He's already pissed off because he's pulled his back out getting in the bath. Fuck.
And he smashed his face up the wall in a single bed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he
was.
had sex for fucking months because he's in a single bed. Just frustrated as hell. He's got his mom looking down on him in the bedroom, so he can't even have a wank.
One of the funniest things that he said was someone called him what did he say? They called him something like he was an insufferable bore or something like that. Or did she say he was a drunk, an insufferable drunk or something like that? He goes, "My dear, I may be drunk now. If it's in the morning, I'll be sober, whereas you will still be ugly."
There was someone's. Well, I think it was JFK's wife, possibly, said to him something along the lines of, "Oh, if you were my husband, I'd try to give you poison." And he said, "If you were my wife, I'd drink it."
Drink it. Yeah. What a boy. Just crushed her. Fucking crushed. Here's your insult. Here's a backhand dominating return.
That is a ba-ba-ba-ba, and leave the room.
Yeah, if Mike drops were a thing, that would have been a mic drop back then. Fuck.
I guarantee he just stood there, smug as shit, and put a
So
cigar
happy
in
with
his mouth.
himself.
Like,
Yeah.
See, holding well.
Yeah.
Have a little test.
Is that what you do? You test them?
Yeah, see where you're at.
Cool.
You good?
Yeah. Look at my gimpy thumb. Click, click, click.
Your gimpy thumb's getting
Super
fixed
annoying.
though, isn't it?
Left one's fine, look.
Get
Nothing.
rid. Get rid.
Chop it off. You don't need it.
Start again.
Four fingers,
again.
Magoo.
What do you need a thumb for anyway?
Everything. Only everything.
Saying you're double okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that though. That's like a prop. That's if I try and bend it, look what happens. Four fingers moves it's like as one, and then if I have to force it and clicks.
Yeah, that's some concentration as well.
Look at that. It fucking hurts though. It's painful that every time I clear it. Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
4 weeks it's taken me to get. All it needs is one injection, and it's literally fine within 24 hours for 6 months. And it's taken 4 weeks to get an injection. England, sort your medical system out. I could get in quicker during COVID, which is a joke.
Yeah.
And now everyone's in like, I've got a boo-boo. I have a boo-boo. Can I have a boo-boo medicine?
I was talking to somebody the other day, one of our members.
All the idiots are on back.
And she's a paramedic, and she literally got called out for it was a guy who was like early 20s because he stubbed his toe.
Are you fucking kidding?
He stubbed his toe.
Are you fucking kidding? I would find that man and punch him.
And he
What
thought
a
he
dick.
thought he'd broken it.
So what? You don't do anything for a broken toe.
I know.
You cunt.
Yeah, she said she literally had to walk away.
Sorry, I just used a really
went
sad.
full scene
But
by
that
the
is
way.
exactly what that man is.
Yeah.
He just
that's-
used an
that
ambulance
is-
for. Also, not even a man. What a pussy. I mean, you swear at whatever you stubbed your toe on, you kick it with your other foot, and then you go and make a tea.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
be a man.
Fucking joke, isn't it? And she said like the amount of time wasters they get, people calling up because they've got a bad headache or just literally anything.
What is we're just a bunch of pussies. If there's a world war, we are screwed.
The thing is as well though,
We've got no Churchill running us, and we're a bunch of Nancy's.
that's a potential ambulance that somebody who was actually in need of it can't get now.
Yeah.
Which is the worst
That's
thing.
the big problem. Like, do you not understand what you're utilising? There's not an infinite number of ambulances.
Yeah, it's so stretched at the moment as it is with all
Yeah.
of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
For something, can you still walk?
Yeah.
Has your head fallen off?
Yeah, that's a more point. Yeah, is your toe hanging
Yeah.
off, and are you pissing blood everywhere?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Then shut the fuck up, have a drink, sit down, and don't be a dick.
Get some peas out the freezer, stick it on there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. How do you know when do you?
It's personal preference. We're inside. I tend to just roll,
Just to get rid of the ash, by
Just
the
to
way,
get rid.
just so it doesn't drop. Because
just that it doesn't drop. 'Cause
yeah,
fucking goes
it's
everywhere.
it's a pain. It's a pain when it drops.
The amount of trousers.
So to
I've got-
roll properly,
yeah,
you
so
put the
a little
tip
bit of pressure, and then just kind of roll.
and roll it and let it fall
and
where
there
it
you go.
falls.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be neat. You let the
You've
cigar.
got a nice little point
Yeah, that's
of
what I got.
ash.
Yeah.
And that shows that the centre leaves are burning slightly slower than the filler and the binder, the wrapper and the binder. And it's a well constructed, thought through cigar, so the leaves are in the right
This is
place.
very, very smooth. It's ridiculously smooth. As in, like, I can't even tell the smoke.
Have you had it with the rum?
Oh no!
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
have you done it?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
changed.
cheated.
Fuckers.
You left
Why
the
did you do
room.
that?
Yeah, you walked
I
off.
left the room. You did it. Not even when we were recording.
Nope.
Unreal. Unreal.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
This is the first time for it. This is
So
just
hang on.
evaporating in the
Am I
room.
Yeah.
trying it, then having a rum, and then
So
trying
yeah,
it again.
we've only tried it the one way, so we'll try it the other way as well. So have a nice draw through, blow out 2/3, chew the final third, pass it through your nose, then try the rum.
Yeah, I'm quite excited.
You got a whole new drink.
Let the rum sit.
Mm. Wow, that's different.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
it does
I
make a
almost tasted fruit in it.
Oh really? Yeah.
Mm.
It
Oh.
definitely changed the
It's
flavour.
almost quite strawberry-like to me now.
Dried fruits.
Dried
a little
fruit,
bit like
yeah.
dried cherries almost.
Cherry.
Like
I was
sour
going to say
cherries.
cherry. I fucking was going to say
They
cherry.
used to sell them in Sainsbury's.
But
Right?
I
They used
thought
to
it
be
can't be
dried
right.
sour cherries.
Yeah, I was going to say cherry, and I thought, no, it can't be right. And so I was trying to work out what it
I
might
think
be.
that's probably to do with there'll be something in the coloration of that, so it won't be naturally coloured. That colour there'll be
Maybe.
stuff that they kind of put into it to create those colours in the maturation process. I mean, like I said, I may be completely wrong, but there'll be something that's kind of like a fruit-based, almost dye or syrup in there to get to that flavour, because there's no such thing as butterscotch.
It's the same.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the same with like.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
made of an amalgamation of other.
Yeah.
But it's the same as having a sip of a nice shot of whiskey before having a steak.
Yes.
You know, it changes. It gives you much more of a flavour profile. Wow, that was so different.
It was, wasn't it?
Cherry. It's 100% cherry. That's what I tasted, but I thought I can't be right. I'm just going to say what I taste now from now on, even if I'm wrong, because I'm usually not.
Retro Hale, go for it.
What are you doing?
Retro Hale, so blow through your nose. Let's
Yeah.
see if we can do it and not die.
Oh, have you not done it yet?
Right, so take a reasonable puff in, blow out 2/3 of it, and then just kind of chew and let it pass through your nose.
Yes, there.
Yeah, there we go. And that didn't kill me at all. That was easy.
Yeah. You were waiting for
When
it.
it was coming out my nose, I was like, oh, it's coming out my nose.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, when it came out, though, I was just like, I feel like I'm not doing anything. But I was like, I'm making the pressure in my mouth go up.
Do you see what I mean by increasing the pressure in your mouth with your kind of tongue and this?
It's that thing where you chew
Yeah.
as opposed to trying to force. It's you almost it's involuntary at that point. It's an involuntary muscle action.
Yeah, that does taste more fruity.
Doesn't it just?
Yeah.
So
See,
mad.
I didn't know, because I didn't do the, what do you call it?
It's called a retrohale.
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 Why is it called that?
So retro.
No, it's kind of so retroactively.
Retroactive.
Yeah, I think it's down that kind of line. So as you're bringing in your nose into the equation retroactively, as opposed
It's not like you put it up your nostril and...
Well, can you do that?
Oh, go on. We let him do it.
Oh, that's not pleasant. That's spicy.
I can imagine.
Oh, it's still good.
As soon as you were like, yeah, can you do it? I was like, oh, he's fucking going for it.
You can do it. I would never advise it.
You didn't say that bit before. Oh.
You went straight in.
I know, there was no
Because
hesitation.
all I heard was you can.
You can do most things.
Yeah.
Whether you should
Oh.
is a very different question.
That's affected my nasal cavity.
Now have a taste of your
Now
rum.
let's try the rum.
Davidoff
But you've got to
cigars
put
do
it-
not advise
pour
you
it up
smoking
your
a cigar
nostril.
through your nose. You've got to eyeball it.
Yeah, eyeball Paul.
You've got to eyeball pull the rum, smoke the cigar through your nose.
Yeah.
Punch
What you got to do
yourself
is
in the
you've got
teeth.
to tuck the cigar in your foreskin and then smoke it.
Oh, if you get a decent draw through that,
Yeah.
Oh, the Jews aren't getting on with that.
Now I'm just thinking of Friends when Joey tries to...
Oh, when he tries to make the foreskin. Oh,
ham.
yeah. And I love the fact he goes to the interview like, this is definitely going to work. Oh, I love how dumb Joey
How
is.
did Friends get away with a lot of the jokes?
Oh,
like
it
you
was
watch
so
it back
good.
now, and there's a lot of like very close to the cuff kind of.
There still should be.
Yeah, but it's when Monica
of it's
and Chandler,
ever offensive, though.
Yeah, when Monica and Chandler go to adopt the child, and she's
Yeah.
talking about I don't know who the father is, and there's a bit where she says, "Oh, it could be that guy," and Monica says something along
Shovelly
the lines
Joe.
of, "It's like, oh, it couldn't be that guy." Is like, why not? You know that thing we never do?
Yeah. Oh, no,
you're talking about the butt,
the
right?
way, no, because the way they were doing it, you can't make a baby. He goes, oh.
Oh, is it the thing we never do, or the thing we never
Yeah,
do?
is it the thing we rarely do, or the thing we never do? She's like, the thing we never do.
That's like,
I was also because
That's
in
up
that
the-
moment, I also felt sorry for Chandler. Like, ah, you're stuck with
poor Chananda Labong.
Chandler Bong is going to have them boring sex life. But maybe Chandler Bong takes it
He
instead.
might be a massive
He looks that way.
butt guy.
Did you watch your Friends reunion?
Yes,
Surprisingly amazing.
I thought it was pretty
I still haven't
cool.
watched
I
it.
thought it was
You
pretty
honestly, I was against it. Like, no, what a load of shit. The way they're going to do it. The way they go about it, you don't expect it, and it is brilliant. I don't want to say a single
cool. It's
word.
a very
because-
open discussion as well, and they're
Very-
very honest about
Very, very,
everything.
very honest. And you learn so much more because you think there's no way you can teach me anything. I've watched every episode 28 times.
Yeah.
I literally have seen them through. I can word for word every episode. I fucking love it. And but the way they even start it, you don't expect it, and it's very clever, and it's very well done, and it's very raw. Just well worth a watch. If you've
It
not seen
doesn't
Friends
try
Reunion,
to force to
if
be...
you're a Friends fanatic,
Did they catch Chandler doing drugs?
near enough.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
there is-
he physically can't remember multiple seasons.
Yeah.
Of,
He's
like the middle seasons
he has
of that
complete
has
blank
no
patches.
idea.
Yeah, he doesn't remember
The whole
so
third
much.
season? Don't even remember.
It's like he did the Elvis timeline of very fit and healthy, massively obese, and floated to
But
hell, and
now-
then skinnied out in the final.
Yeah, now he's like he looks old for his age, but he gives zero fucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But he's also definitely affected his cognitive speed.
He's very slow on the kind of uptake. Like a
Very
joke happens, and you see that
You see
brief
it
second of
working,
him
but-
acknowleding what it
yeah.
is,
Yeah.
and then laughing.
yeah, there's like...
Yeah.
Cogs.
But then there's a silence, and this moment of genius just pops out of his mouth, and his humor has gone from obvious humor to this deadpan fucking killer level
Yeah.
humor. Like, yeah.
He might say like one joke a day, but it's
a
joke.
fucking banger. yeah.
And then it's like, Joey's just Joey, but fat.
Fucking super fat. But did you see all the memes about him? Because he's sat watching at one point. He's got his arms folded really high up his chest like this,
rested on his
and there's
belly.
just a load of memes about him being an Irish dad. and it's people literally putting a picture of their dad watching TV, and then Joey, and it's the exact same posture of him, just like this. His chin tucked in, arms really high and folded.
Because he was always like in good shape. He was
the
like
good-looking one.
He was handsome, but he was like kind of stocky. But like
then he lived
lifted.
up to Joey. He just ate fried food and got fatter.
That's because that's what would have happened to Joey.
But the funny thing is you learn loads about him, about how he never learnt his spots or where he was supposed to be. He did loads of tricks with people when they were on the set. Like they had to learn loads of stuff, and he'd just walk onto the set and put like a sticker where he needed to be and stuff, so he didn't have to learn anything.
And he'd always try and eat.
He was literally
He'd always try and eat.
He was always he was literally Joey. He was literally Joey. Yeah. But he gives as just about as little fucks as Janan LeBon. He really does. He's hilarious. He says some really funny stuff when he's going.
Have you ever been to Friends Fest that they do in the UK, where they kind of like they do this big? So I went a few years ago, and they rebuilt Central Park